Capture the objective.
Yo, what's up, guys? It's your boy, Butter, here, bringing you a video. This is the first video on this channel. I don't know, I just kind of felt like starting a channel. Like, alright, I'll start a channel, whatever. I'm kind of bored, so I'll start a channel. Cool. Because I kind of have a lot of stories to tell, a lot of life stories, but I was thinking, I'm like, well, I gotta tell these stories to somebody because they're just a little too good not to tell to somebody. But before we even get into the story, I just want to say this gameplay is not my gameplay. It's from a completely different person. It's actually a really old gameplay. It's like a 2-year-old gameplay from Black Ops 2. This is actually, I'm pretty sure this is a 79 gameplay with the ballista. It's actually a really good gameplay. The guy who actually got this gameplay, I'll leave all of this stuff down in the description. Go check him out. I don't even know what his name is. Look, I just kind of found this from this gameplay, but I didn't want it to go. I didn't want any like people just being like, "Oh, it's not your gameplay" or whatever. Because I know it's not my fucking gameplay. I know it's not my fucking gameplay because it's not my gamer tag, and it's just not my fucking gameplay. It's just not my gameplay. Okay, whatever. You're just watching someone else's gameplay. It's no big fucking deal. Cool. So this actually happened to me a few days ago, and this is actually the time that my friend started flipping shit. I don't know. I don't even really know what he was doing, but so basically it started off like any other day. So pretty much during the summer, every single day, me and my friends would meet up at this park at 2 o'clock, and we would get some weed and smoke it. We would we had this one dude who hung out with us, and he's 19 years old. He's an adult pretty much. So we got him to go to the gas station all the time and buy fucking like like the blunt wraps or whatever, because that's all we would fucking smoke, because rolling joints is just a little too hard. Well, I guess it was just too hard for us, I guess, because we would never roll joints, and we didn't have I think one of us might have had a grinder, but if you don't have a grinder and you try to roll joints, it never works out. No, it just never works out. It's just like you try to light it and you're hitting it, it just doesn't hit because the nugs are too big, and I don't know, you just can't get any airflow on it. There are too many air holes if you don't do it right. It's just too hard to do without a grinder. So number one, you don't really need a grinder. That's not really like needed to roll a blunt, and you can roll them a lot easier because the papers are a little more sturdy, and you guys get the deal probably. Most likely you guys probably know what I'm talking about. So anyways, there's this guy, he was 19, and he would go and buy us the blunt wraps from the gas station. He would just like go up to the gas station and get some. Usually he would have some before, he would usually have some at the beginning of the day. He'd usually get some before he came to the park. He would leave his house maybe a little bit earlier than we did. So anyways, that was pretty much what would happen. But this day, there was people were doing stuff. Not everybody was there that day for some reason. So it was just me and a couple of my other friends. So me and a couple of my other friends decided to go to our other friend's house and smoke at his house, because we just didn't feel like smoking outside or anything, because in my neighborhood there are tons of cops. I'm pretty sure you guys can relate if you guys smoke outside, or I don't know, live in a neighborhood where there are lots of cops and you try to smoke, and it's just not a good thing. It's just really aggravating having to deal with all those cops driving by. You gotta put the blunt down, you gotta put the joint down, you gotta, if you're hitting the bull, you gotta put the shit down. Like, if the cops come, you gotta ditch that shit, run. It's just too much shit to deal with, right? Just fuck the cops, you know what I'm saying? So anyways, we were pretty much, we were going to our friend's house. We rode our bike to our friend's house. He only lived like, it was like a 5-minute bike ride away. So we go over there, and then we go into his garage where we light up. We spark up the, we had a couple of blunts rolled up that we rolled at the park. We could roll the blunts there, but we just couldn't really smoke them there. I mean, we can get away with rolling shit there because when the cop sees you, I mean, you couldn't be maybe they could tell you're rolling, but they can't really tell you're rolling sometimes, It's like when you're smoking, it's pretty clear that you're smoking the blunt. But if you're just rolling it like behind like a backpack, or behind like if your friend's like sitting in front of you, or someone's blocking your, I don't know, it's easy to get away with rolling. So what we did, we rolled them up, we we rolled up 2 blunts, put him back in the pack, and then put him in one of our backpacks. Went over to our friend's house, went in his garage, lit up in there because we can't smoke in his house because his mom doesn't know he smokes, I guess. But his mom wasn't home, so we just smoked in the garage. And after we were done smoking in the garage, my one friend, I looked over at him, and this kid is fucking gone. Like, he's not saying a word. I was wondering, I was looking at him like, what the fuck aren't you saying anything? I look at him, his face is pale fucking white, and his lips were like turning purple. He was so like high. I thought he was like about to green out. And if you don't know what greening out is, it's pretty much when you get so high that you get sick and you pretty much throw up. Sometimes, in some cases, you pass out. That's happened to me a couple times before. But anyways, so I'm looking at him like, bro, what the fuck are you doing? He just looks at me. This is what he says. I swear to God, this is what he looks at me right like dead in the eyes. He's like, I need some water, man. I'm like, okay. He doesn't even answer my question. He just goes straight to the water. He's like, I need water. I'm like, okay, cool. So all 4 of us, we're done with the blunts anyway. So we're gonna go inside of his house and just like, I don't know, just like chill on the couch or something, like get some fucking joint because we're all thirsty as fuck. We're just like hotboxing his fucking garage. It's like hot as fuck in there. Our throats are all dry. You know how it gets. You know how it gets. So pretty much we're going in there, getting the water. But so how it's set up, it's like you leave the garage. There's a door that leads from the garage into his dining room area, and we're in the dining room area, and he had like the case of water sitting there. So he's taking out the water, he's giving them to us. And my one friend who's super big, like the kid was real high. He was like he was still like just chipping shit. And pretty much what happened was I looked over at him, and he was still just like staring off into space, like in his own little world. He's so big. I'm like, bro, what the fuck? And then we're like, here's your water. He's like, he like literally doesn't even acknowledge that we have his water or anything. Literally what he says is, this is literally what he does. He's like, I got this, guys. He was like, I got this. And then the way the wall is set up, you know how like you have like the corner of your wall. I'll like put a picture of it on the screen if I can't really explain it. But anyway, he like grabbed on to like the corner of this wall, and he slowly fell backwards. I'm like, what the hell? He slowly falls backwards, and he hits his head on a fucking step. In the steps, they're like tile steps sort of, but they're like have like a metal like sort of like lining, I guess you could say. I'm not really sure how to explain it, but it's kind of like the step, and kind of on like the very like edge of the step is like kind of like this metal like lining. I'm not really sure what it's for, but I have steps like that too. I'll take a picture of it and show it to you guys. I guess I'll put it on the screen if you guys don't know what I'm saying. But anyways, he falls backwards. He just literally grabbed onto the wall and just fell backwards, and he hit his head so hard on this metal step. He hit the side of his head. He like fell and kind of landed on the side, and he hit the side of his head on the step. And he like, right when he hit the step, he just started like started glitching out. It's so funny. I mean, it was scary at the time, but it was kind of funny now. But he was like, it looked like he was like having a seizure or something. He started like twitching out, and literally like the words that came out of his mouth didn't make sense. Like, it didn't even make any sense. Like, nobody was even talking to this kid, dude. Like he hit his head, and he was like. It was last Tuesday. Those are his exact words. He was like, I did that last Tuesday, man. And he was like having like these weird like convulsions, and those were the words that came out of his mouth for some reason. I don't know why he said that, but that's just what he said. It didn't make any sense at the time because that was not even relevant to what was going on. He was like, that happened last week, man. He started twitching out. Like, what are you talking about, dude? Okay, so, and I'm like really high, so I'm getting kind of paranoid. I'm getting kind of scared. Like when he starts twitching out and shit, I think he's gonna like have a seizure, dude. I like run out of my friend's house. I'm like, oh fuck. So I run out of my friend's house. And yeah, I was like low key getting ready to like call the ambulance if this kid like started just like having like a full blown seizure and like was like about to die or some shit. Like I was not about to let my man die like that, you know what I'm saying? Like, well, maybe I don't know what's going on, but I ran out of the house. I actually couldn't call I was gonna call the ambulance and be like, yeah, my friend's like having a seizure. Like I don't know. He didn't. He had like this weird little convulsion thing, and then he just like closed his eyes and then opened his eyes back up and just sat on he just like stood up and then he sat on the step. And we were like, what the fuck are you doing? He's like, what? And we get this get some water. So we got him some water, and he was like, "Hey man, I don't know what's going on." He was cool after that, but it was still weird. I was like, "Bro, what the fuck?" Like, it's the first time I've ever seen someone that high, like that out of it, where they just like fucking, like he literally like passed out, dude. Like for a second he did pass out. Like I was like, okay, I don't know what's going on. And like after that, after he was all cool, he was like talking. He's like, yeah, man, I don't even remember. He didn't even like remember what was going on. He said it was like a blur or something. He said it was like a blur to him or some shit. Like he didn't even know what was like even happening. So I don't know. I thought that was just kind of funny. I had to share that with you guys. I mean, I got a lot more crazy shit than this that I want to be putting on this channel. See how it goes. But yeah, guys, that's been it. It'll be your boy Butter. Have a nice ass day.
Counter.